morning, boys. How's everyone doing? So this is the video for Friday the 29th of May, il-ġimma 29 ta' Mejju. Okay, so it's the last day of the week, and as usual, we're going to go through all the English, maths, and Maltese that you need to do today. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is read a story to you, and today's book is called Tabby McTat, and it is another Julia Donaldson book. Tabby McTat was a busker's cat with a meow that was loud and strong. The two of them sang of this and that, and people threw coins in the old checked hat, and this was their favourite song. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. This is a busker. A busker is somebody who plays music on the street. So the cat was his. One morning, while Fred ate some bacon and bread, McTat took a stroll round the block. Then stopped, for there on a doorstep sat a gorgeously glossy and green-eyed cat. She was black with one snowy white sock. Sock and McTat had a cat-to-cat chat, and that's how their story began. For while they were chatting of this and of that, a thief had his eye on the old checked hat. He eyed it, he snatched it, he ran. The busker gave chase, but he tripped on a lace, and crash in a flash he was down. He broke his leg, and he banged his head, and he ended up in a hospital bed in a faraway part of town. Goodbye, McTat said, I must get back to Fred. But where had the busker gone? The sun went down, and the sky grew black. The stars came out, but he didn't come back. McTat lingered on and on. A week later, Sock took a stroll round the block and found a new friend looking thin. He's gone off and left me, said Tabby McTat. Then Sock said, my people, Prunella and Pat, would gladly find room for a fine tabby cat. She was right, and they took McTat in. Next morning, old Fred left his hospital bed and found his way back to the square. But a brass band stood where the pair once sat, and the band played this and the band played that, and Fred looked all round for his loud meowed cat, but Tabby McTat wasn't there. And often he said, what's happened to Fred? And his paws took him back to the square. But a conjurer stood where the pair once sat, and he pulled out this and he pulled out that, and people threw coins in the tall black hat, but the busker was never there. One morning Sock said, look under the bed and see the 3 kittens I've had. And Soames looked like this, and Susan like that, and the littlest kitten, called Samuel Spratt, looked exactly the same as his dad. The 3 kittens grew, and they learned how to mew, and McTat sometimes sang them his song. And Samuel Spratt, his tabby grey fur, had a deafening meow and a very loud purr, and he simply loved singing along. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. When Susan and Soames found very good homes, their parents were happy and proud. There was one home like this, and another like that. But nobody wanted poor Samuel Spratt. They all said, his voice is too loud. Now Tabby McTat was a home-loving cat, but he couldn't stop dreaming of Fred. And one day he called for his wife and his son, and he told them, there's something that has to be done. I must go and find him, he said. So up and down and all over town he wandered a whole week long. For many a morning and afternoon, by the light of the sun and the light of the moon, till he heard a familiar song. Just me and the old guitar. If I had a cat, I'd be happier for. Just me and the old guitar. With my cat, I'd be happier for. It's Tabby McTat, it's my long-lost cat. Old Fred was ecstatically glad. Then the two of them sang of this and that, and people threw coins in the new checked hat. But why did McTat feel sad? He was missing his wife and his comfortable life and the dozens of things to do, like washing Prunella and pouncing on Pat and hiding the car keys under the mat and keeping the newspapers nice and flat and giving the pens an occasional bat. But how could he tell the busker that? Then out from a shadow sprang Samuel Spratt. Oh, please let me be the busker's cat, he said, his deafening mew. Now Samuel Spratt is the busker's cat with a meow that is loud and strong. The two of them sing of this and that, though Samuel sings just a little bit flat, and people throw coins in the old checked hat, and this is their favourite song. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly, perfectly happy we are. Me, you and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. The end. Hope you enjoyed that story. And now we're going to go on to our lessons of the day. So, we're going to start off with our maths lesson. Now, for maths, I've given your parents a link to a Numberjacks link. So there is this episode of Numbers. I'm not going to play it on the video because it's too long. It's 14 minutes long, so it doesn't really make sense for me to include it in the video. So you need to go on the email I sent on Sunday and watch this video of Numberjacks. It's called Halftime, and it's all about doubling and halving. Okay, so go and do this now, but it's 14 minutes long, so I'm not going to play it for you myself. All right. So when you finish watching that, you get back to this, okay, so I can explain today's lesson. So today's lesson, we are talking about doubling and halving. This is the thing I need. So over here, boys, I have got a machine. This is called a function machine, and it has a job. Okay, you can use it to multiply by 2. This means double. Times by 2 means double. Or you can use it as well to divide by 2. That means half. So we're going to use this either to double or to half. So let me show you what I mean. If I put in the number 2 over there and I tell this machine double it, I press the button and it spits out double of 2, which is 4. So I put in 2, that's what went in. I doubled it and I got 4. Let's try something else. And you're going to tell me what I should get. So if I put in 5, here and I double 5, what is double 5? Think, let's see. It's going to do it. Oh, 10 came out. So double 5, as we know, is 10. Let's try another one. If I'm going to put in 6 and I double 6, what's double 6, boys? 12, very good, excellent. Now, besides doubling, okay, today we're also going to talk about halving. Now, when we talk about halving is basically the opposite of doubling. So if double 2 gives me 4, then half of 4 gives me 2, okay? We split something into, we've done halving as well in class. So it is the opposite. So if I, for example, decide I want to halve the number 6, okay? That means I need to split 6 into 2 groups. So if I decide I'm going to halve the number 6, okay? If I have 6, I'm going to halve it. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. I'm halving 6 and I get 3. Because half of 6 is 3. Because since double 3 is 6, then half of 6 is 3. Let's see, remember we can only half even numbers. I can't half odd numbers, otherwise I get decimals and we're complicating life. So say we're going to have the number 8, and we're going to half it. What is half of 8, boys? If you have 8, you split into 2 equal groups. You can even use blocks for this. You can get 8 blocks, split them into 2 equal groups and see what you get. Let's try it. What do we get? Think about it. If you half 8, if you half the number 8, what do you get? 4. So half of 8 is 4. So this is what this machine does, okay? So we're going to be using this machine for today's lesson, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to open our books to page 36. And we'll have a machine just like mine. It is a halving and doubling machine, okay? So all the numbers that go in through this pipe here get halved. All the numbers that go in from this pipe here get doubled. And we are going to do this work together, okay? We're going to do this work together. You're not going to do this on your own today. So I don't need this one. Where is my machine? Let's try and squeeze everything in. Let's see if we'll manage. Does it? Not well, not really. Well, we're going to maybe use this part of it. This is all we need anyway. All right, we managed. So let's see what we're going to do. Now, the first one, okay, is the number 6. It goes in on the purple line, so you should all be on page 36. It gets halved because it's going this way, and my answer, the book gives it to me, is 3. So if I get 6 blocks and I half them, I will have 3 and 3. Okay, you can have blocks in front of you, boys, for this lesson. If you have 16 blocks, it's enough. You don't need more than 16. So if you get 6 blocks and you half them, you will end up with 3 and 3. Now, the next one is going this way. It's the yellow one. I'm starting with the number 4, okay? And I am going to double it. Now, before I put 4 in the machine, what is double 4? Maybe you can do the answer on your own before I put it in the machine. What is double 4? If I have 4 and 4, you can get blocks. You can get 4 blocks and 4 blocks. Can you give me the answer before I do it in the machine? What's double 4? Maybe you know it by heart as well. Let's see. 8. So double 4, I'm sure many of you managed to do it without the machine over here. Double 4 is 8. So I'm going to write down 8 over here. Double 4 is 8. Okay, now we're going this way. Look, I'm going to double the number 8. It's going on the blue line. It's going to double, and I write my answer here. So double 8. You can either get 8 blocks and another 8 blocks and double them, or maybe you can do it mentally, okay? Or maybe you can count your fingers 8 twice. 8 and 8. So think a little bit, what is double 8? What is double 8? What is double 8? Can you think what double 8 is? What is double 8? So I need a bit more over here. So double 8, if I put in the number 8, double 8, I'm sure some of you have the answer already. Let's see, in the machine, double 8 is 16. Did you get 16, boys? You should have all got 16. So you're going to write 16 over there. Okay, now this one is going this way on the pink line. So this time we're going this way, so we're halving. So we've got the number 10 and we need to halve it. So you either know it by heart, what half of 10 is, or else get 10 blocks and another 10 blocks and see how much you've got in all. Okay, I actually told you 16 blocks were enough. I was wrong. You need more than 16 blocks. And no, wait a second. You're halving. No. So sorry about that. So we're halving. So you've got 10 blocks. You have to split them into 2. So get 10 blocks and split them into 2. Okay, so you're going to have how many on each side if you split the blocks into 2? So let's see, 10 blocks in all. 10 blocks in all. You're going to half them. Let's see what's going to happen. And you should have got 5, boys. When you half 10, when you got your 10 blocks and you split them into 2, you should have got 5. Did you all get 5? Did you? All right, so the next one is 4, okay? So we're going to half 4 because it's going this way. Look, see, it's going this way. We're halving it. So you can either know it by heart, what is half of 4, or else you can get 4 blocks and split them into 2 equal sections. So you can do that now and think what your answer is. So we're going to half 4. So do you know the answer already? If you got 4 blocks and split them into 2, you should know it. Let's see. If you're right, the answer is 2. Did you get 2? You should have got 2. There you go. Okay, now the yellow one over here is going to be doubled. So we're going to start with 6, we're going to double it, and the answer is going to go there. So get 6 blocks and double them. You need 6 and 6. Or else maybe you know it mentally, maybe you know it by heart, maybe you just know what double 6 is. So What is double 6? Think of the answer. Let's work it out. Double 6 is 12. Did you all get 12? So you should have got 12. Very good. Now the next one is 2. It's going in this way, so we are going to half it. 2. We're going to half it. Let's see what our answer is. So get 2 blocks and split them into 2 equal sections. It's very simple. We can all do it mentally, I'm sure. So if we half 2, what do we get? 1. Really, this is the easiest one. So you get 1. Alright, boys. So this is our maths work of today. So you can pause the video if you haven't finished copying it. And if you've finished, we are done with our for you is that I have assigned an online game for you. It's called Nimble Gnome. And this is it. Basically,
halve the number on the acorn.
Yes, you need to half. So there's the number 6. You see what half of 6 is? You can get 6 blocks, for example, and half them. You get 3 on each side, so you write down 3 and you press OK. This is how you play. So if it says number 2, you half 2, you write it down, the answer is 1, and you press OK. And you continue playing this game. So this is to be done today. You can either watch it at the end of the video, or if you want, you can watch it. You can either play it at the end of the video, or if you want, you can play it now as well. All right. So now we're going to go on to our English. So today we're going to use the Nessie book. So we're going to start from page. We've got our Nessie. And I'd like you to open your Nessie book onto page 35. And we're going to have a look at end consonants with these sounds, with MP, PT, FT, CT, SK, SP, and ST. So all the words are going to end in these blends, okay? So for now, you need to draw a circle around the correct word, okay? So I'm going to say what the word is. While I'm saying it, you can draw a circle around the correct one. Like this is a hump. So you're going to choose, is this hump, this, or this, okay? And you draw a circle around the correct word. So, hump, draw a circle around the correct word. Champ, jump, raft. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause and then continue. Gift, theft, mask, ask, text, last, act, wasp. So that is page 35. Then we've got page 36. You need to choose the correct word and circle it. So this one is lift. Which is the correct one? This or this? Circle the correct one. Lift. You can do it with me as I am saying them. Tusk. 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 Rest. Rest. Lost. Nest. Wasp. Desk. Dump. Stamp. Lamp. Camp. Pump. I'm going to read them again. Lift. Tusk. Rest. Lost. Nest. Wasp. Desk. Dump. Stamp. Lamp. Camp. Pump. Very good. And the last page you need to do is page 37. So over here you've got words and you need to write them out. As you write them, I want you to say the letters. So this is a lamp. As you're writing it, you're going to go L, A, M. You need to actually say the letters as you're writing them. J, A, M, P, jump. B, A, M, P, bump. So you're going to say the letters as you're writing, you're going to read the word. Ask, mask. Desk, desk. Ask, ask. L-ast, lost. N-est, nest. B-est, best. R-aft, raft. L-ift, lift. G-ift, gift. Okay, so you can pause the video and work out the entire page, and that is it for your English. So got a new reading book to go through in English, and it's called The Witch's Kitchen. So we're going to go through it together now, and this book you need to read when you're on your own as well, okay? So the book is called The Witch's Kitchen. Let's go through it. "Can you mend my kitchen?" said the witch. "Yes, I can mend it," sang the elf. The elf has a lot of things to mend. It is a big, long job. He mends the tap, tap, tap. He mends the cloth, stitch, stitch. He mends the big red dish, stick, stick. He mends the shelf, bang, bang. "Thank you," said the witch. "Let me get you a drink and a snack." And now he's looking quite pleased. So let's read it again a bit slower. And you can join me now, okay, boys? The Witch's Kitchen. "Can you mend my kitchen?" said the witch. "Yes, I can mend it," sang the elf. The elf has a lot of things to mend. It is a big, long job, not at all easy. He mends the tap, tap, tap. He mends the cloth, stitch, stitch. Doesn't seem too happy, does he? He mends the big red dish, stick, stick. He mends the shelf, bang, bang. "Thank you," said the witch. "Let me get you a drink and a snack." And now the elf seems quite happy. Okay, so this is this week's story you need to read. Please go through it on your own till you can read it very well. Okay. Now we're quickly going to finish off our Maltese because there isn't much left for the week. So let's quickly go through the last PowerPoint and we'll do the page that we need to do today. Mela hawnhekk għandna l-ħaxix ta' Japalina u l-ewwel għandna il-ħass. Il-ħass jikber fil-ħamrija u npoġġu il-ħass ġol insalata. It-tadam aħmar u nagħmlu t-salza dat-tadam. Il-ħjar aħdar. Il-brunġiel vjola. Il-karrotti oranġo tajbin għall-għajnejn. Il-qarabali tajjeb fis-soppa. Il-pastart jikber fil-ħamrija. Il-pastart aħdar u abjad. Il-basal jikber fil-ħamrija. Il-piżelli jikbru fuq siġar. Il-kaboċċi aħdar jew vjola. It-tewn abjad. Inpoġġu t-tewn ġod salza tad-tadam. Il-patata jikber fil-ħamrija u l-patata kannella. Bravi, issa. Se niftħu il-ktib tagħna fuq paġna 34. Open your book onto page 34. U se nisimgħu u se nqabblu ma' l-istampi.
L-ewwel. Il-ħassa tinżera. It-tieni. Il-ħassa tibda tikber. It-tielet. Il-ħassa tinġabar. Ir-raba'. Il-ħassa maħsula. Il-ħames. Il-ħassa titqatta'. Is-sitt, imbagħad inkunu nistgħu nikluha. Kemm hu tajjeb il-ħass.
Okay, so this one is split into 6 sections. Għanna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, mhux 4 biss, għanna 6. Se ngħidu x'inhuma wieħed wieħed. L-ewwel.
Il-ħassa tinżera.
Il-ħassa tinżera u plant the seed of the lettuce.
It-tieni. Il-ħassa tibda tikber.
Il-ħassa tibda tikber. The lettuce starts to grow.
It-tielet. Il-ħassa tinġabar.
Il-ħassa tinġabar. The lettuce is picked out of the soil.
Ir-raba'. Il-ħassa maħsula.
Il-ħassa maħsula, it's washed.
Il-ħames. Il-ħassa titqatta.
Il-ħassa titqatta, it gets chopped up.
Is-sitt. Imbagħad inkunu nistgħu nikluha. Kemm hu tajjeb il-ħass.
Then we can eat it. How delicious lettuce is. Very good. So let's go to the numbers now.
Il-ħassa tinżera.
Il-ħassa tinżera.
It-tieni.
So tinżera, we said, means to plant it. So if you've already done it, very good. If you haven't, we need to write number 1 here. Diġà mintuha bravi, jekk le, se nikdu numru 1 hawnhekk. Il-ħassa tinżera.
Ħassa tibda tikber.
Tibda tikber, it starts to grow.
It-tielet. Il-ħassa tinġabar.
Tinġabar, it's picked.
Ir-raba'. Il-ħassa maħsula.
Il-ħassa maħsula, it's washed.
Il-ħames. Il-ħassa titqatta.
Il-ħassa titqatta, it's cut.
Is-sitt. Imbagħad inkunu nistgħu nikluha. Kemm hu tajjeb il-ħass.
Nistgħu nikluha, we can eat it. Okay? So this is how you should have done the numbers. Ek u l-ordni ta' kif suppost miskom għamiltuha. Okay? U issa lesti mill-Malti. L-aħħar ħaġa li se nagħmel, se naqralkom ktieb bil-Malti. I'm going to read a book in Maltese to you, and then we'll be done from today's lesson. Okay, boys? Mela, il-ktieb jismu Pina taħt is-sofan. It's quite a funny story. Trevor Zara kitiba. Gino marret tixtri. Gino's mom went shopping. Ibqa' ftit waħdek, qalet Gino, dal-waqt ġejja. She told him to stay alone for a while because she was soon coming back. Gino is maybe a bit older than you, so he can stay alone a little bit at home. Gino ħarġet, his mother left. U Gino baqa waħdu, he is alone. He's happy to be alone, he doesn't mind. Gino niżel fuq it-tapit u beda jaqra ktieb. He went on the carpet and started reading a book. F'daqqa waħda Gino jara papra, suddenly he sees a duck. Kienet taħt is-soffan, it was under the sofa. Kif int, qalet il-papra lil Gino, how are you? The duck said to Gino she could talk. Saqajn il-papra kienu bħal ta' kelb, her legs were like of a dog's. Demp il-papra kienet bħal ta' qattus and she had a cat's tail, what a strange animal. Jien jisimni Pina, qalet il-papra lil Gino, my name is Pina. Ara kemm naf naqbes, qalet Pina, look at how I can jump, she said. Pina qabżet minn taħt is-sofan, she jumped out from under the sofa. Ġiet fuq il-mejda, she landed on the table. Gino mar jiġri wara Pina. Gino began running after her. Pina marret fuq il-bib and she jumped onto the door. Gino beda jiġri u jitħaq. He started running and laughing. F'daqqa waħda waslet Gino. Suddenly his mom came back home. Ma, kien hawn Pina għal Gino lil ommu. He told his mom that Pina was here. Din minni, qalet Gino. Who is she? She said. Pina hija papra għal Gino. Pina is a duck, he said. Papra bid-demp ta' qattus, a duck with the tail of a cat, bis-saqajn ta' kelb and a dog's legs. Gino bdiet titħaq, she started laughing. Jien qatt ma rajt papra bħal din, qalet Gino. She said she never saw a duck like this. Gino ma qal xejn. Kien ra lil Pina. He was quite upset. He didn't say anything because he had seen her. Kull meta Gino jkun dar waħdu, Pina kienet tiġi. Every time Gino was home alone, Pina used to come. Kemm kienu jieħdu gost Gino u Pina, and they always used to really enjoy themselves. Do you think Pina really exists, or she's a figment of his imagination? I wonder, we don't know if she really existed or not. Mela, issa se narġa naqra ktib bil-Malti biss imma. Pina taħt is-sufan. Om Gino marret tixtri. Ibqa' ftit waħdek, qalet Om Gino. Dalwaqt ġejja. Om Gino ħarġet. Gino baqa' waħdu. Gino niżel fuq it-tapit u beda jaqra ktib. F'daqqa waħda, Gino jara papra. Kienet taħt is-sufan. Kif int? qalet il-papra lil Gino. Saqajn il-papra kienu bħal ta' kelb. Demp il-papra kien bħal ta' qattus. Jien jisimni Pina, qalet il-papra lil Gino. Ara kemm naf naqbes, qalet Pina. Pina qabżet minn taħt is-sufan. Ġiet fuq il-mejda. Gino mar jiġri wara Pina. Pina marret fuq il-bib. Gino beda jiġri u jitħaq. F'daqqa waħda waslet Om Gino. Ma, kien hawn Pina, qal Gino lill-ommu. Nin mini, qalet Om Gino. Pina hija papra, qal Gino. Papra bid-demp ta' qattus, bis-saqajn ta' kelb. Om Gino bdiet titħaq. Jien qatt ma rajt papra bħal din, qalet Om Gino. Gino ma qal xejn u kien ra lil Pina. Kull meta Gino jkun id-dar waħdu, Pina kienet tiġi. Kemm kienu jieħdu gost Gino u Pina. And that is the end of the book and the end of this week's lessons, boys. So I wish you all a really, really wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everyone.